Welcome to 50 Plus Home and Gardening. Today we are going to work on the inside of the garden while it's still kind of cool outside. And so we've just come out of Valentine's, we've come out of Christmas, and now I'm going to put all that stuff away. And we're going to go into spring. Spring is the time that gets me so excited because I know pretty soon I'm going to be able to enjoy my garden. But for right now, let's go ahead and work on the inside of our house and make it all prepped up for spring. It's time to take down our Valentine's stuff and put up spring. And also evaluate things that I don't want. If you're a person who likes to change seasons in the house, then I would evaluate if you like everything every year so that you can kind of downsize your stuff, but keep the best of the best. And then maybe you can buy something even prettier. I loved mixing Christmas and berries with Valentine's, candles, romantic things. I mean, that's really pretty. And also some of my plants, they have a bit of red in it, so that was really nice to look at this. And I love having my family around. I like changing out plates to match the season and flowers that match the season, or boxes that have the same color of Valentine's. I loved having this extra pink in the bathroom. And I loved mixing the berries and roses for Valentine's. That's really pretty. So that was some Christmas and some neutral, which I can actually put into spring. And I love this new towel set. Isn't that pretty? And I just added some lace that I had left over from another project. And a little splash here in the tea set room. Some more roses. I like those. Red tea towels, and I will be changing these out to some spring colors. I liked the Valentine's, but it's time to change over. I have plenty of teacups. I liked this display over the kitchen sink, and I love my little basket hearts. And I liked filling these up with geraniums. And I love my Lady in the Tramp. And I like this. This was a Christmas decoration that I took all the greenery out and I just added that for Valentine's. I love that. And I'll be changing out some of the beautiful pictures of snow. Hopefully it won't snow anymore. The reason I do 4 seasons is because I get to handle some of the things that other people have given me. And also I get to look at, this is Jeff's mom and dad, I get to look at some of the old memories, and a lot of times the memory will bring back some occasion that I had with this person. Same with this. This is my daughter and one of her little best friends. Is that the cutest? And so if I put something away, I can look at it and I can say, oh, you know, my daughter gave me this, and this brings back memories of when she was a little kid, or, you know, this is Jack and me, and it brings back memories. But if you didn't touch it, and sometimes if you just leave it, so I'm gonna come up here, if I just leave this as is, not only does it get lots of dust, watch this. So it also gives me a chance to dust for 4 times a year, whether I like it or not. But I can take the plate down, and if someone gave me that, I can just have that memory come back again. If I leave it there forever, you know what I do with this? So if I just left this as is, my mom, my dad, who's in the picture right there, they would just be forgotten, because you kind of just take for granted the things you have up there and you stop looking at them. But if I rearrange things and I dust 4 times a year, 4 times a year, actually 5 with Christmas, then I get to look at some of those old memories and it can bring back some of the old days. For us who are older, I'm sure we have lots of treasures. Maybe we don't have things that we want to get rid of, but we do have things that we want to look at. But sometimes if I don't touch it, move it, or think about it, I actually you can forget memories. So this is why I do the 4 seasons. So if you are encouraged to do that, I would love to hear from you. Jeffrey gave me some napkins for the occasion, and then I made some of these and just sewed some lace on it. So they're a little bit more romantic and pretty. And then, some old history. This Jeffrey gave me with one rose, a real rose, and then this came beside it. So this was from high school, and it was before we got married. So that is an old thing that I like to have as a memory. And of course, who's that couple? No, I bought this at a thrift shop, so that was nice. And then this Lady in the Tramp, his head came off, so I had to re-glue it. You can't really tell, and I think his tail came off through the years. But this we got on our honeymoon. It will be 43 years this summer, so, you know, I love that as a treasure. And then this new little thing, this was for Christmas, and then I just made it into Valentine's, so I can always put some greenery behind it, and therefore you have Christmas again. And this is just an extra ornament. This probably came from Cracker Barrel. Nothing to this one and nothing to that one. I just thought that was a really pretty idea. This one came from my husband from Christmases ago. So I really like that as romance. And these are my grandmother's candlestick holders. So I love those. And these hearts I made with some girlfriends at a craft group that we used to do on Tuesdays regularly, and we had everybody make these hearts. They were harder than I expected, but I used to make baskets, and so we decided to do these hearts, and I made 4 of them when I was there. And this one I made before I got married too. My first kind of cross stitch. It's not too good, but I have it, and it's old. These are some things that I got for my daughter when she was really small, maybe 3. This Jeffrey got me from Spain. It's a creamer, and right through his beak you can get cream. But I a lot of times will stick flowers. So that's really romantic. That was when we were really, really young. Here's a basket treasure that I made a little later on. I have a lot of baskets. And I made this, which looks kind of quilty. There's just a bunch of pins. Really nice. And this I found because it goes with that pink. This is from Trader Joe's. It's kind of neat, and I really like the box, but it has 3 different kinds of scents of candles. That I got at Christmas time, but I really liked the pink on this. And then I always lay out some of these David Austin and Proven Winners catalogs because they're like books, and they're very handsome to put on your shelf somewhere. And these are kind of refrigerator things that I put in for Valentine's, and I change them out. Some good pictures. And then lovely, this is a lovely set. I don't have too many things left. I have about 6 plates, and I think about 3 or 4 smaller plates. And then this is a cup broke, and so I just saved the bottom because isn't that pretty? And anyways, this is for my grandma. She got it from my dad from Germany, and she gave it to me before she passed away. And so it's a treasure, and it has all the pinks that I love. This is just an add-on from Cracker Barrel, but I really, really like it. It really adds to the picture. Some things I put outside in the shop just to make it kind of look cozy in there. I'll just take out those pink flowers and I'll put in some yellow flowers or purple. This bird feeder came in handy. I put a bunch of candy in there, and just like here I put candy, and the candy is either at Christmas time and or Valentine's, but this is so old. I bring these out year to year, but these are probably 4 years old. And so anyways, that is a bird feeder that is just fun. And I put that out in the shop. And I had some other greenery around at Christmas time. And then at Valentine's, I just left the candy. This is something Jeffrey and I made when we went to Busch Gardens. They had a place where you could paint your own ceramic choice plate or whatever you wanted to do, and you could paint it, and then they mailed it back to you, and they cast it so it's all glossy and all pretty. So that we did on our anniversary. That's really fun. So I just put a few flowers in that and just a few roses. This one doesn't have too much, but enough to make it very, very, very pretty. So I look through all my memories and then I can put it away, but now I've had that flush of memory in my mind to remind me of all the old days and things that came through my life with some of these gadgets. So that's why I do like to go and have 4 seasons of things. So, but now I'm going to put all these things away and we're going to see some new memories. So we're going to take it down and Jeffrey's going to help me. We're going to put up this springy. There, got spring now coming. Sort of an Easter springy window. A window in the house. A little tea towel and some extra. My mom makes these, but I usually put the teapot underneath, so in case you spill, you can wash these. These are really fun. And so those are some extra ones if you want to get them, and some pretty flower tea towels, and this spectacular plant is going crazy. That's really nice. And then here's elements of all my tea. Some teacups with some pretty flowers on them. Nice teapot with spring colors. All of that, and then you come over here, and this is my Waysburg area. I put out some new books that have springier colors. And then I have a cup with green inside. This is for my grandmother. And Mary Poppins was also on our honeymoon. We bought this little trinket at Disneyland in California. Okay, so I have some old roses that if you get kind of cream colored roses, they can go with several seasons. You can put some red in there for Christmas and for Valentine's. And then I am going to put this for spring. So let's see what we can come up with. Okay, that's what I came up with, and we're gonna stick with that. So let's put it in place and see how it looks. Okay, I like that. And then you come up to the shelf, and I have a few things here, some soaps, brushes, and some Easter eggs. I may rearrange this one, I don't know. This looks a little messy. I took a few things out. Got some tulips, some eggs, some soaps, brushes, loofah, and some extra soaps in there. All right, I just added him. On the other side of the bathroom, kind of a spring day. Here's one of my spring plates for the dining room. And a little spring right over the TV. This is always the hardest one to really get right. It's so long, it's really hard to decorate. Isn't that pretty? I really like that. Has really nice soft colors, yet a little bit of pastel in the flowers. One of my mother's eggs. She painted all these. Aren't they pretty? And then I just change out some of these books to kind of make it springy and happy. I love these colors.
all the colors of spring. And I really like this display. I like the yellow in it. This kind of really, it's just really happy. That's Sarah, probably around 3 years old. So cute. And I like that frame. That is just speaks spring. And then I have this Amish hutch, which I can always use all my favorite plates. And I have a bunch of displays of Jack and Nero, the grandchildren, and there's representative of Jeff and I on the top. And then we've got the grandchildren here, and then there's some of Sarah, and there's Nero in the background. There's Sarah when she was little. Here's a really pretty shelf of our folks, my grandparents, and then another shelf, pretty plates, my mom and dad, and something I made, this quilt ball. That's really pretty, I like that. And then some flowers in a vase. I mean, pretty simple. I think candles, picture frames, plates. Now it's spring. Here's a nice spring shelf. So I hope that you have memories that you can share with some of the things that you put out, and keep those going so that you can have them for your children, and that excited you. So keep moving, keep gardening, and stay creative. And I'll see you next time.